Another way of classifying retailers is by service level. Full service retailers is where you get personal attention from retailers. When I was in New York as a guest in high-end stores like Hermes, I think that's how you pronounce it. Is it Hermes? It's spelled Hermes, okay? I've been there, I've seen it. And talk about a stranger in a strange land. But when you go to Hermes, you sit down and they bring you the merchandise and they show it to you, and if you like it, they will send it to your hotel, and can I get you something to drink while you're shopping, and let me put that away for you, as opposed to Target, where push a button and somebody will come see you. But again, so you've got, this continuum from full service, where deluxe let me hold your hand for you, to self-service, where do it all yourself. I remember many years ago when I was traveling, there was a self-service gas station that had a big sign on the front of their station that said, "Our computers are out, we can't sell you gas." And I was just thinking to myself, that's got to be a corporate chain, because if I was an individual business owner and that was my gas station, I would find a way to pump gas, even if the computers were out. But the point is, serve yourself, pay yourself, pour it yourself, and then anything in between. Why would this be important for you as a manufacturer? Not everybody at once, please. I heard your hand went up and I heard your voice. So could you speak louder? My ears aren't good.
Some products need more space than others.
So some products might need more space or might need more personal attention than others? I couldn't hear you. Again, my ears are not very good.
So when you have like self-service, you're able to make more just because you're able to sell more because you don't have to serve the customer directly. So that means like when a consumer is there, they can serve themselves. So that's potential.
Okay, so you're saying from a manufacturer's perspective, if I'm dealing with a self-service retailer, they're probably working on lower margins, they're going to get higher volume, and I don't have to worry so much about, or do I have to worry so much? Because if it's self-service, do they say if you have a problem with a product, contact the manufacturer? But again, so one of the issues is how much personal attention does it take to sell the product? Is it a complicated electronic product that needs to be explained, or is it cereal, where, if you're confused, read the box? Yes?
Also, when you're dealing with the full service level, is that going to be a higher end product, something that's going to cost more? That's why you're probably getting that more of the service. So you're going like a higher end.
So the comment was for full service, it's typically at the higher end where I kind of expect a little something for my investment. Absolutely. And again, high-end, complicated products, products that require a lot of support, it makes sense to have full service. And then the in-between is the target where it's self-service. Unless you need help, then push a button and somebody will be with you in 5 minutes. Or if you'd like to check the price yourself, we'll do that for you before you push the button. I love that button. Another way of classifying retailers is by the merchandise mix they carry. Remember, we had talked before when we talked about managing products that you've got the length and depth of your merchandise mix. And we had 4 basic quadrants where you've got long and deep and all that kind of stuff. Why would that be important? As a manufacturer, why would it be important for me to take into account the merchandise mix of a retailer that I'm trying to get distribution with? They might carry competitors of yours. That's a good one.
You might be able to sell them more than one product.
Might be able to sell them more than one product. So if I have a retailer that has a deep product line, which means they're carrying lots of items in the same product line, I would probably have a better chance of getting distribution for my product, especially if I wasn't number 1 or number 2 in the market. On the other hand, if I was looking at a limited, a very short, shallow retailer like a Costco, where they're only going to carry one of each category, unless I'm the number 1 or the number 2 in that category, I might not be able to get distribution. So looking for that. And then there's also, as you talked about, synergies. Is if they're carrying Oreos and I'm selling milk, maybe that's a good mix. Historically, and this is a trend in retailing that is, I'm seeing it in grocery stores more than in other places, but traditionally retailers were kind of categorized along product lines. So you go to the drugstore, what do you get at the drugstore? Candy. Magazines and drugs. You go to a grocery store, you get groceries. Go to a clothing store, you get clothing. Go to a bank, you get money, or you give money. And what's happening now is it's more of a scrambled merchandising format rather than building the merchandise mix along a product line. Build the merchandise mix around a customer experience. So for example, Starbucks, I go to Starbucks, that's a coffee shop, right? But they also sell food, because food and coffee go together. They also sell, what else do they sell? Did I mention that Starbucks is not the least expensive option for coffee in the morning, so I don't necessarily patronize them myself, although I've heard that it's a popular. And the times when people have bought me a Starbucks, I've really enjoyed it. But you've got accessories, so you can make it at home. The idea is, rather than selling just coffee, I might have things that aren't directly related to coffee but are appropriate for the customer experience. You go into a grocery store nowadays, some of the higher-end grocery stores actually have restaurants in them, have a bank in them, have a video store in them, although Redbox has taken the video stores out of the grocery stores. That's technology impacting business. What else do you find in a grocery store that has nothing to do with groceries? Some of them have a doc in a box. You've seen those? A little health center where you can get physicals and checkups and things like that. Because the idea is just taking the greengrocer concept a little further, rather than going all these places for my grocery shopping trips, put it in one supermarket. Let's expand that further and just take all of my chores and put them in one place. So I can do my banking, I can get my prescription filled, I can get my groceries, I can pick up a video for the evening, and I can get the kids physical. Okay, so we talked about that.